Excuse me, sir. If you were to go back to when you were in either high school or college, what is the best piece of advice that you would tell your younger self? You're having a conversation with 20-year-old you, what would you say?
Listen more.
Yeah. What would you say would be the importance of listening and not talking as much?
It's really about what's being said, what's not being said, how it gets absorbed, and then how you're really going to utilize it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what industry did you pursue a career in?
Industrial design.
You a business owner by any chance? Or?
Not anymore. I used to be.
As someone who's been an entrepreneur, what would be your best piece of advice to someone wanting to start a business in 2022 or going into 2023?
Understand the basics, have a good accountant and a lawyer, and then don't think so much and just do it.
What was the biggest thing that enabled you to scale your business when you were running it at the time?
Scaling it?
Yeah.
It's actually finding the right help, finding the right people to partner with.
And what do you look for in someone when you're trying to build a team or bring in partners around you?
So flexibility, the qualities that are learning qualities, that they're not so rigid in their thinking. So there's the obvious, what you think you know, and then there's the part where you have to be a student. So that mindset to stay open to that.
And just a few.
Yeah.
But what was the biggest challenge that you faced as a business owner, and how were you able to overcome that?
I would say in the industry I was in is competition, how you differentiate yourself from other people who are selling creative services.
And how did you differentiate yourself?
So it was really a question of mocking things up, prototyping, and showing people what they didn't know yet. So that's where we differentiated from a lot of the competition.
And what was the greatest financial decision that you ever made throughout your career?
Understanding compound interest.
For someone who may not know that concept, how would you best explain that to somebody? And what it
money
did for
makes
you?
money earns money. So if you can earn money and save it and invest it and keep earning it and allowing it to work for you, then your partner is time.
Absolutely.
So,
I love that. And my last question for you, but for younger people today especially, how can someone become financially free in today's world? How can someone become wealthy going into 2023? Whether it's a skill set.
It's all zeros and decimal points. It's if you make $1, can you save some of that dollar? If you make 1,000, if you make 1,000,000, you've got to be able to budget and manage and know what you can generate and bring in. But you've also got to be responsible with what you already have.
And so, but when someone is kind of making their money in their career, where do you think people should kind of look to put their money in today's world? What type of assets or stuff that you've maybe looked to, invest into that you think people should really?
To me, it's a real estate situation. Is something going to appreciate? Will it generate money? Is it not too much of a risk, so it's going to appreciate in its value? You want to buy things that appreciate and rent things that depreciate. It's basic, right? It doesn't really change.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, sir. Really appreciate that. Have a great day.